What's going on, guys? Cam from Alt Nation here, and today we're going to be talking about a case where metalcore goes mainstream with the band Bad Omens. Bad Omens is a metalcore band forming just 10 years ago in Richmond, Virginia by vocalist Noah Sebastian, guitarist Nicholas Ruffalo, and bassist Vincent Require, later being joined by members Joakim Carlson and Nick Folio. Noah Sebastian started out in the band Immortalis in 2013, and at this time, Noah Sebastian began secretly writing lyrics before leaving the band in 2014 with Bad Omens in his sights. In 2015, he contacted his friend Nicholas Ruffalo to take part in Bad Omens, as well as his friend Vincent. Then Vincent recruited Carlson from Sweden, who's nicknamed Jolly, who used to be Vincent's touring mate. Bad Omens would move out of their respective houses, and Carlson was ready to make this move when his friend started his own record label. Nick Folio would submit a demo to Bad Omens, which was received well enough to give him the drummer gig. Bad Omens was originally going to be the title of one of their first songs, but they ended up scrapping the name in favor of Glass Houses. Bad Omens put out an EP containing rough drafts and demos, but luckily for Bad Omens, it was enough to catch the eye of record label Sumerian Records. This is the first time I've heard of a band getting help from a label to release an album before doing any shows. I don't know if that's just luck, or maybe Noah gave the CEO of Sumerian Records a blowjob, but whatever it is, I respect it. They rehearsed for months in drummer Nick Folio's basement before finally recording their debut album with producer Will Putney. If you guys don't know who Will Putney is, he's a very talented musician. He's a guitarist of Fit for an Autopsy and Better Lovers, and produced for Upon a Burning Body and Body Count. He was a good choice to produce their first album. In December of 2015, Bad Omens were officially signed by Sumerian Records, and they would release a single alongside a music video for their song Glass Houses. Bad Omens would later release their next single, Exit Wounds, which is also very solid. They would play the Sumerian Records 10-year tour alongside bands Born of Osiris, Veil of Maya, Era, and After the Burial. God, I wish I was at this show. This is the most killer lineup. In April 2016, they would release their next single, The Worst in Me, which would help Bad Omens reach 1 million streams in a month, which is pretty good for a band that's only dropped 3 songs. Their newfound success would gain them a spot on another Sumerian Records tour, this one being the 10 Years of Black tour, featuring Asking Alexandria, I See Stars, Born of Osiris, Upon a Burning Body, After the Burial, and Veil of Maya on specific dates. Another show I wish I could have been at. This tour helped Bad Omens' new self-titled album get some buzz, with critics comparing it to Sempiternal by Bring Me the Horizon. I'm not always one for agreeing with critics, but in this case, they're right. The two albums definitely share some similarities musically. Bad Omens would begin doing shows across the US, and they would gain themselves a spot on Warped Tour 2017, which would help them gain more publicity through pop punk, emo, and metalcore fans. Noah Sebastian helped win the plague with their album Blood of My Enemy, and Bad Omens found themselves touring with Parkway Drive and Stick to Your Guns in 2018. I don't know what it is, but Bad Omens always finds himself on some wicked-ass tours. In 2019, Bad Omens were a part of the Census Fail and Amity Affliction tour, but due to one party not fulfilling the contract, the reasons are unknown, but that didn't stop Census Fail to tell the public Bad Omens dropped out because their logo was too small. This was quickly denied, and Bad Omens went thug mode and dropped merch with a small logo on it, making fun of the accusation. Vincent would end up leaving the band before their whole Amity Affliction tour scandal, but in turn, they dropped a hard-hitting single titled Careful What You Wish For, which is still great, and I'm bummed they don't play it anymore. In June 2019, Bad Omens announced their next album, Finding God Before God Finds Me, and would release 2 more singles, Burning Out and Said and Done, which Said and Done is the better of the two, although for some reason I just can't listen to it without also hearing Moving On by Lil Peep. Later on in December 2019, Bad Omens released another single titled Never Know and a deluxe edition of Finding God Before God Finds Me. Really milking this one, huh? They dropped 2 more tracks for the deluxe version titled Limits and Come Undone, a cover of a Duran Duran song. And this is honestly one of the only times I've seen the deluxe edition bonus tracks being better than the actual album. In February of 2020, Bad Omens went on the tour of Oh Sleeper, Thousand Below, and Bloodline, which would end up cancelled due to COVID. Honestly, that did them a favor because this tour sounds like a big letdown compared to those Sumerian Records tours. Damn, those are stacked. In November of 2021, we learned Bad Omens were cooking during the song yet, which was The Death of Peace of Mind. When I tell you guys this whole song is just excellent, I mean it. They would announce their third album titled the same as their first single off the album, which would be a turning point in Bad Omens' career to raise their popularity even higher than it already was. They released Like a Villain in January 2022, a catchy hard rock track with a breakdown. Can't go wrong with that. Then they would drop their album shortly after and release a music video for their song Just Pretend in June. And remember when I said they've been cooking? Listen to all of these songs and you'll see what I mean. Artificial Suicide, The Gray, Bad Decisions, Nowhere to Go, and so on and so forth. They would end up taking Every Time I Die's place on Under Oath's tour, go on yet another killer tour for Day to Remember, Beartooth, and The Ghost Inside, and they'll do tour number 3, which is their own headlining tour of Dayseeker, Make Them Suffer, and Thousand Below. Then they would go on to tour Europe in 2023, and do yet another tour of Era and Invent Animate. Another killer tour, and then they finally toured once again with Era and Icy Stars. Busy year for Bad Omens. Bad Omens would tour with Bring Me the Horizon in 2024, and while this tour is going on, Bad Omens dropped a new single titled VAN featuring Poppy. Later on in May 2024, they released a remix album featuring bands like Era and Wargasm, which contained futuristic-sounding remixes of songs from The Death of Peace of Mind. This album also featured some good standalone tracks, such as Anything More Than Human. In fall of 2024, Bad Omens got announced as a support act for Linkin Park on their From Zero tour, which is huge, and even doing a 3-show tour of Poppy and House of Protection. This year kept them busy as well through Danny Wimmer Presents with Sonic Temple, Rockville, Louder Than Life, and Aftershock. In August of this year, Bad Omens would release a new single titled Spectre, which is honestly a great song. More melodic than I'm used to from Bad Omens, but still great. Then they would follow it up with Toes, which is not quite as good, but still solid. Now, Bad Omens are currently expected to drop an album next year. They're still killing it doing shows. Octane is playing them consistently. Just Pretend remains on FM radio stations worldwide, and Bad Omens remains in everyone's conversations and on TikTok. So if you ask me, Bad Omens really took metalcore music and ran with it to the mainstream. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe for more content just like this. Catch you in the next one.